So, if you've been watching the videos on the channel, if you've been around fishing at all, I'm sure you got some questions. Your first question is probably, what exactly is flipping? Flipping is a technique that we use to present a bait quietly into really heavy cover. We want to have it really low to the water so it doesn't make a loud splash when it hits. And we want to be able to put it into a small hole or opening in the cover, something this big. We want to be able to set a bait right into that. It's a technique that you use for catching big fish when they're buried up tight to or inside the cover. Most of the videos that I have on my channel right now, the fish have been around clumps of reeds or grass and they're stacked up inside of it, and you have to get your bait in there with them to get bit. So that's what flipping is and does. So really, all flipping is a swing with the rod. It's like an inverted cast. When you're casting to catch fish, when you're first learning and you're just learning to cast, you're casting overhand. When you're flipping, you're turning that upside down and you're casting underhand. So that's really all there is to learn. You want to be able to hold your bait in one hand, hold your rod out. When you're first learning, you can turn it upside down so that your wrist motion to cast is the same. But you just want to hold your bait, hold your rod, drop the bait, and lift the rod up at the same time. Lifting the rod up, the bait will be falling downwards, and as you lift the rod up, it'll swing it out, and then you let off the spool and let the line go out as you're lifting, and the bait just swings out to where you want it. Then you stop the spool and drop it down. This is not a technique that you can do with a spinning rod for that reason. You're going to need that spool control to take your finger off as your rod's coming up so that the bait can go out like your cast, and then to be able to feather it or stop it when you get the bait right over the hole or whatever target you're trying to put it in. So that's really all there is to it. It will take a little bit of time and practice to get used to the underhanded motion, but once you get the rhythm down, it's really easy, and you're going to catch a lot of fish doing it. Well, this is about a typical distance. I would say this is 20 feet or so. And we're going to pitch into the bucket a few times and see what you think. Here we go. There's one. Oh, I missed. That's why you got to practice. That was even better than in the bucket because that was lower. Right? Touched it. And this is how you do it. This is how you get good at it. So when should I learn how to flip and how do I do it? I'm going to give you some tips and advice in this video. I'm going to show you some of the fish catches that we've made recently using the technique. Anytime that you decide that you're going to learn how to use a bait casting reel, you're ready to start flipping. It's not a difficult technique. If there's any kind of stigma around it, it's misleading because it's very easy. It's just something that takes a long time to perfect. But in the beginning, you can be very good at it and catch a lot of fish doing it with very little practice.
Yes, sir. The dream day goes on. Look at that. Look at that. That's a definite 5, maybe better boat flip. Oh, Lord. Holy crud. Woo. Oh, what a fish. Oh, pulling drag. Oh, God. They are just freaking giants, man. Can't get him. Come on up here. Oh, my God. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. My God, look at that fish's belly. Look at that. That's a heavy fish. We're going to weigh this one. We might make something out of this one.